Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's have a look at the new Transcendent form of Dakki, the Guardian's exclusive monster. And yeah, I still remember when she first came out, and when she very first came out, she was considered pretty powerful. And then she had the two bump combos that were very strong for the time, the rebound laser and the plasma. And everybody's like, oh, she's overpowered, she's going to break the game. But she didn't. And actually, pretty quickly, she got the status of the she's cute, but not that strong. But here she is, and I just pulled her last month, actually, last Guardians. So that's kind of good timing on my part. And yeah, as for the artwork, I'm not usually a fan of like cute stuff, but this artwork is pretty darn good. She's cute, but she also looks badass, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's look at her character. Stats are very high. HP is like super duper tank status, it's like 26,000. And attack is very high with the gauge, 30,000. And then speed, she gets about 20 extra speed as compared to her Ascension version. So she's pretty darn mobile as well. And yeah, this is based off the Ascension version of Dakki. And the Evolution version, which is a bounce with Minesweeper and Null Warp, still very usable. If you did have two or more of Dakki, it might be worth keeping one of them in the Evolution form. But yes, the Transcendent form here, same, the Pierce, Null Gravity Barrier, Light Resistance, and then on the gauge, Null Warp, same as the Ascension. And I always say this, but this is great. The Null Gravity Barrier passive means that she can move with the Command Strike shots, and then Null Warp on the gauge means she can jump into the warp if she has to. She has the Shield Luck skill, and then the Strike Shot is kind of a riff on her old one. The old one, it was she shoots out a Poison Cloud, and then that does like crazy damage for 3 turns. This one, she gets a speed and power up, and then whomever she hits becomes poisoned. So it kind of works like a Meteor Strike Shot, but with a little bit of delay. But it does set damage, so it can go through like defense up or Scorpion type enemies. So yeah, pretty versatile. And then because she moves, I would say it's more useful than the kind where she does not move. If you need to fix her positioning, it can be good for that. If you also want to grab a heart as you do it, you can do that. And then with the Poison Cloud, if you're too far away, it won't reach the target. So this makes it very much easier for her to give poison to whomever. And then that charges up in 16 turns or 24 turns. So you can use that pretty often if you like. And then looking at the bump combo, she has the Rampage Laser EL, that's new. And then the Hit Everything Glacier Meteor thing, which is also new. But that's taken from her Evolution form. And then as for the Hit Everything Glacier Meteor, it's fine, it hits everybody, so it can be useful to set off counterattacks. And then I think that this bump combo has a small chance to put guys to sleep. But I haven't actually seen it work yet, so maybe keep an eye out for that, but yeah, maybe it doesn't exist anymore. And then the other bump combo, the new one, is the Rampage Laser. And then when they announced this in the Monster News, people were freaking out. Because what it is it's 20 lasers shot out at random angles. And then people were like, oh my god, this is overpowered, she's going to break the game. But on using it, it's not a game breaker at all. Part of the reason for that is because the damage per laser is not super high. It's not like a one-way laser that's like 20,000. And then also the way that the lasers come out is not totally random either. If she's sitting in the middle of the screen, she'll shoot out 20 lasers basically in all directions. You can kind of think of it as like a 20-way laser. There's not a lot of overlap, and there's not a lot of gaps. So yeah, there's not going to be like, 20 lasers all going through a boss's weak point. It's going to be more spread out. So that makes it really good for taking down lots of little guys at once. it's not as good when you are trying to focus damage onto a boss, for example. But yeah, very strong character, very versatile because of the Pierce, No Gravity Barrier, No Warp. If you've been using Kamui lately, then you know how versatile that combo is. But yeah, let's go ahead and take her to a quest. And this will be for Kushinada. And actually, I was using Dakki for my farming team for Kushinada anyway, when I was making the max luck, or as I am making the max luck. She already was really good for the quest, but now she's even better. And then usually when I do monster reviews, I don't do impossible missions because they take longer than regular missions. But with this team, the Kushinada quest will take so short that I thought I could use it for the monster review. Okay, so I did say that the lasers, they shoot out in you know, all directions, like 360. But as we can see with the first couple turns here, all of the lasers are going up, more or less. And the reason for that, I discovered, is that if Dakki is near a wall, she will not shoot lasers into the wall. So there too, she didn't shoot any lasers to the right. And this is nice, because any lasers just shot, you know, right into the wall would be a waste. So yeah, you get less waste if Dakki is near the wall. And yeah, that effectively cuts the area where she shoots lasers in half, from 360 degrees to 180. And that can be a way to sort of concentrate some of the damage. And then when Dakki is near two walls, like she is here, then her area where she shoots lasers is cut in half again. So 45 degrees she will shoot lasers. So in that way, the positioning, it works like a rebound laser, where if you're in a corner, you will get the best kind of concentrated damage out of it. So that can be something good to keep in mind, but I wouldn't go out of your way to, you know, position Dakki in the corner. I would just play the mission regularly, and then if the corner shot comes up, then that's lucky. But yeah, pretty powerful as we can see. The Rampage laser is especially good, again, for places like this where we want to take down lots of little guys at once. So yeah, zombie loops will go very smoothly with Dakki. And yeah, lots of people have been putting up videos of, you know, a team full of Dakkis, and it's very strong. Eden, of course, is very doable. And I saw one with Avalon. Somebody went through Avalon with 4 Dakkis, so that's pretty insane. She's a Pierce, and she is off element, so that's crazy that she can be able to do that. And then we might as well talk about the rest of the team that I'm using. My max luck is Hendrickson, Pierce with no gravity barrier, no warp. So basically the same as Dakki, so they'll be used a lot together, I think, in the future. He's got the Star Laser Bump combo, which does good damage, and then the Strike Shot, which takes away a third of the boss's full HP. Third, I'm using my brand new Asuka Transcendent, and she is a bounce with no warp, and the Blast Bump combo, and then the super strong homing shot, which is fire element, so she's perfect for this mission. She has a Meteor Strike Shot, and yeah, I am very glad that I, you know, went the extra distance to pull her. I've been rewatching the Evangelion show again, and I say that I watch it every couple years, but maybe it's been longer than that since I've watched it last, because the show's a lot funnier than I remember. And Asuka is a very funny character also, so doubly happy to have pulled her. And actually, I would really like to get a Genius S++ Ableberry on her, because she would fill the same role as Ibaraki Doji, who I use now. The same Blast Bump plus Homing Bump combo. But she has a stronger Homing Bump combo, and then she also has a Null Magic Circle, which can make her useful for that Dark normal quest. Okay, and then finally my friend is Hattori Hanzo. He is a bounce with no gravity barrier, no warp. Very strong bump combo, the super slice and dice, and the homing shot, and then a null everything strike shot, where he creates a barrier around him. So yeah, with this team, this mission is very easy, and it goes by very quickly. So I should be able to make the max luck of Kushinada fairly quickly. And yeah, it's actually so easy, it might be worth my time to make a second Kushinada without the speed boost, so I could use her for Yamato Takeru 0, but I'll think about that. Okay, but anyway, we have entered the boss sequence, and haven't had any trouble so far. We got through the big spritzer pretty quickly. Yeah, we got through this first stage pretty quickly. But yeah, basically all I'm thinking of is just getting out all of the bump combos, and then that takes care of the rest. And yeah, the way that these early missions were designed, you can take more modern characters through them and just completely blow through them with the strong bump combos, which is what I'm doing here. There aren't even any laser barriers in this quest. That's how old this quest is. And yeah, more recently they've been designing the quests so that it's more about, especially with the colossal quests, it's more about a player's skill rather than bump combos or even strike shots. So that's why they've been able to design characters like Dakki, which are super powerful and very versatile, but are not good for every mission, so. Okay, so with Asuka, let's use her strike shot. And then the way this works, you aim, and then you throw a rebounding sword. Bounces off walls, and then everybody it hits gets a target, and then everybody gets hit with the meteor. And then it also has the chain mechanic. So the more characters it hits, the more total damage it will do. So that was nice. We cleared the field, and we also did some decent damage to the boss. And then I don't want to take down the boss too quickly, because I want to show Dakki's strike shot. It is a speed and power up to start, and you can get 1.5 million damage, I would say, if you go back and forth through the weak point. That's without the elemental advantage. Here I kind of did an off to the side attack so that I could show the poison. So with Asuka here, we'll try not to hit anybody, but we'll do the irregular bound. Thankfully the boss is still alive. Okay, so that's 500,000 damage from the first round of poison. And then with Hanzo here, let's use up his turn. Okay, another 500,000 to Kushinada. And that's it for the poison. 2 turns, so 1 million of the set damage. And we'll take down the boss. So yeah, that was Dakki, and also a little look at Asuka Transcendent. And yeah, I used Dakki for Karuma last night, and Karuma went very smoothly. The poison strike shot was very useful for the early stages. I could use that first tier in order to hit like the wizards with the glowing eyes. And then, you know, it did take a turn for them to be taken down because of the delay from the poison, but it was very useful for that. But yeah, I'm very excited about Dakki, and I will be trying her out in lots of different places, including farming in easy quests, like Dragon Gems and the normal quests. Her Rampage Laser is pretty good in there. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.